Hi, beautiful Aries. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Excuse me. Aries, this is your general reading, and I think I'm going to actually just do general readings in the future because it seems like that is what the messages has morphed into anyway. But we'll see. General readings just mean it can be anything and everything, and you apply it to. So even though I talk about love, or I talk about career, or I talk about health or money or whatever, and it fits this situation for you, like you know what I'm talking about for you, then use it for that. Trust your own instincts, trust your own guts about what I'm talking about here. So you have me work. The first thing you do. I'm not complaining. Cheer up. Is that for me? Or is that for you? Okay, I was just about to say, wow, I'm seeing so many new things in this card here today. Cheer up. However, that's so interesting. I haven't seen that before. I just want to, okay, so first I want to say, this is an overall energy, and we're going to go deeper and deeper into the message, and it's more towards the end that I have like a full view, a full picture of what's going on for you. And then at the end of that, we have an extension. If you feel like you resonate with the reading, then come to the extension if you feel like it. But we're starting here with this first card, and today I'm seeing this major moon that almost has a little bit of a smile. It's like a content smile. It's so interesting that I just haven't seen, it doesn't really, it's not that apparent when I just look at the picture like this, or image. But on the camera, it really picks it up. And also, it doesn't really show on the camera, but it shows here when I'm looking at it, is that there's, I hope you can see that, there's stairs. Do you see that? There's stairs leading up to the beautiful stairs. Like the stairs are there. So, there's something about success here. There's something about the target, the result, the thing that you want, the thing that you're going after, whether it be a relationship, whether it be like closing on a house, whether it be some health changes that you want to make in your life, whatever this is, like you can reach it. It's a little bit like the moon. The moon is coming in to say, we just had the new moon, and I'm to be honest, these past 2 days has just been heavy. I mean, it's bright and shiny and fluffy energy, the new moon. And if you're not in alignment with it, like it's so super high. And if you're not in alignment with that high, super high energy, you're gonna feel it. And I was not in alignment with that, and I felt it. Like it was like a heavy pressure on my head. I needed to take moments out of my day, like I didn't do any readings yesterday. I posted a reading for Pisces, but that I actually made that video the day before. I just couldn't do it. It was just too heavy, and it feels like such different. Either I'm higher up, I feel more excited to do the readings here today. I feel compelled and drawn and passionate to do them, and so either both, I guess. My energy is higher, so I match the new moon energy better. But I don't think also that the new moon energy is that sharp anymore. It has calmed down a little bit. I just want to say though that this moon that I'm seeing here comes with an underlying message. Like, okay, you might not see it clearly. You want to go from A to B, or you want to go from, it's maybe easier to understand if I say like you want to go from A to H. You want to go from A to H. And if you want to go from A to H, then you understand that you need to take the B, C, D, E, and so forth, steps in between there. And I feel like for some time, you haven't even seen B, C, or D. Like you haven't understood how to take the next steps. And not even like we are somewhat seeing the result. We're somewhat seeing what we're aiming for, what you're going for in the future. But not even that has been really clear as of late. And now it's like, okay, something is going to come, something is going to rise to the surface. Some information is going to come to you that will make the B, C, and D clearer. Like where is the next step? And I just recently heard, I don't know if you listened to him before, I love him. His name is Jay Shetty. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Jay Shetty. Jaysyetty, I believe. I mean, he has like millions and millions of followers, but then he has this podcast with really, I love those podcasts, and I can sit for hours and just listen to these profound insights that people are just willing to share. And I just heard yesterday, excuse me, I just heard this message from this guy. He's probably really known. I never heard of him before. And I can't even now remember his name. Kenneth? No, probably not. That he said something about like, can I do this? And if you ask a can I do this in such an obvious surroundings, an obvious situation, an obvious setup where you will get a no. Can we shut down, this is not the story though, but can we shut down New York City for you to just sit there all on your own and have a coffee? Ask the mayor about it. Of course you're going to get a no. No, you cannot. We can shut down New York City for you to sit all by yourself. But then his question was always, how can I? How can we? And the moment you just ask the how before can I defines it. If you just add a little how there, the brain immediately goes to solve it. Immediately. How can I? You actually start to try to figure it out, right? And it's not even for you. This is not all what they said. I'm adding to it here now. I'm just saying it was such a beautiful reminder that, you know, nothing ever is too big, too hard, too complicated, or to never have been done before. Not having contacts, not having resources, not having time, not having talent, whatever the crappy excuse is, if you just ask how, I have this dream or I have this vision, how can I go from A to H, you know, and then your brain is going to try to start to solve it. But if you just actually surrender that, the universe is on it straight away. And there's something about this coming to light. Something is just opening up here now for you to see the steps. And if you just even ask that question, how will it be easier for me to see this path? How will it turn out that I'm going to end up there, wherever there is? Can we clarify this cheer up, please? So the cheering up might have been that you don't see the path, that you don't know how on earth you're going to end up there. Like, I don't see it. It's too tough. It's too hard. I don't have the resources, you know? So there's the cheer, or here's a little cheer up for you. Here's the solution. Here's your, here's how we're going to do it. Can we clarify the cheering up card here, please? Why is that here for Aries? Wow. The first card that comes out is Page of Michael, and it says, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Oh my God. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. Like if there's something you're about to sign right now, if there's something you're about to sign on with somebody, you're about to, I don't know, have some sort of connection with somebody to do something, and you're supposed to sign something, read it thoroughly, or listen to your gut feeling, listen to your intuition about what you feel around the situation. But other than that, it's an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Why? Because you ask how. Page of Michael for me is like, okay, let's turn the page here. let's just, can we come from a different perspective here? Can we just start over? Let's see how we can do this. Is that feeling? And Michael is all about action. Like he wants to take things forward. He's there when we're starting to see progress. We're starting to see evidence come in. So you might have started to see 22 or 222 or 22. Just twos in general might have started to show up for you. And then we have 3 of Gabriel, Queen of Michael, Ace of Raphael, and 18 the moon there. And I want to say with 18 the moon again. So there is something coming to the surface. Something is going to, but that is last. So that's interesting. So it wants to tell you that the ship is coming in. It feels like I'm here today to give you like a little bit of a pep talk. It feels like you already know what this is about. Whether it's like you want to, you so badly want this opportunity, or you so want to make this change in your life, or you so want to deal with this relationship in the best way possible, or just meeting somebody in general, health, money, whatever this is, you know what it is. That's not in question here for you, I don't think. And some of you guys might have actually, like, might deal with 3 or 4 situations around this. Like you want 3 or 4 situations in your life to move forward. And I'm here to give you a pep talk. I'm here to say, cheer up, Aries, it's happening. If you just sort of come from a little bit of a different perspective, you start over, you reboot yourself, start over and ask, how can I, and not even look for an answer. Not even look for an answer. And also what's coming to mind is, what are you doing on a daily basis, or what are you doing right now in everything that you do that is taking you closer to the revelation of it, that's taking you closer to what you want? Are we going in a direction that is just, are we going in a direction, if we're going from A to H, I don't know if this is such a good analogy, but if we're going like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like, are we talking M here? Are we in the S right now? Are you doing the T's, or are we somewhere between A and H? Does that make sense? Like, what are you doing on a daily basis? On a daily basis, like from the minute you step up from your bed, the people you're interacting with, the phone calls that you have, the conversations that you have, the things that you do in your day, the stuff that you're watching on television or of your choice, like on any app, is it taking you closer or further away from the very thing that you want? So I'm here to give you a pep talk to say, it is happening. There's a way for this to happen. There's a way for this to come in. So 3 of Gabriel there talks about passion and creativity and celebration. There's something that you're going to get to celebrate at the end of the day. Your ship is coming in. That's not in question here. It's just, how do you now go about it? How do you reach it? What is the next step here? Prosperity arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turns out as expected. And that's the whole thing. If you ask why and you start to expect that this is going to happen, I don't care how utopian it feels. I don't care how out of this world is like, but nobody's ever done this before. Well, it's about time then, isn't it? Or why me? Everybody's doing this. There's so many books out there. Why should Aries write a book? Because this particular Aries has never written a book ever, and the audience has never read this particular Aries book ever. So that's why. I'm happy that there's so many brands out there selling clothes, or I'm so happy that there are so many different, you know what I mean. There's so many different ways. You're unique, Aries, and so Aries has never done this before. Queen of Michael is So we have Page of Michael. So we're turning the page and we're coming into Queen of Michael. The first thing I want to say about this is that the Queen of Michael has grown. You have, and it's so funny because I've talked a little bit back and forth, like in the comment section. I think that was for Pisces, perhaps, or I don't know. But like we use these expressions like meat on the bone, but in Sweden we say like meat on the legs, kött på benen, like getting a little bit more experience. Like you have a rooster in your throat, and tupp i halsen. You have a rooster in your throat. Like you need to cough something up. Like, why do you say rooster? Because the rooster, that's all they do. They really are trying to make this sound or noise from their throat. Why am I saying this? Right, because of the maturity. You have a lot of meat on your legs. You have a lot of meat on your bones. Like you've been around for a bit. You've been around for a bit. You know what it's all about. You've come to this place where you're aware of yourself. There's not too much, of course, it's such an arrogant thing to say. Like, there's not too much left for you to learn. I think we're just barely beginning. I think we're just scratching the surface to what we can possibly become. Our fullest potential we're probably in the like 1 or 2% of that. However, I think you're aware, I think you're awakened, and I think you're very conscious about, like you're making conscious choices about what you're doing. It's not in the dark. You're not like on random. So the Queen for me speaks about a lot of wisdom, a lot of maturity. You know who you are and you know what you want. Queen of Michael, she knows what she wants, so she knows what she's going after. But there's a little bit of everybody else understands her greatness. And obviously this could be for a man. Everybody else around him or her understand him or her greatness, but she, can you say that? But her. You're starting to come into that role. Like you might look like, and definitely Aries. I mean, Aries is, you're the fire sign. You're so like, you're naturally a leader, a teacher. If I just generalize Aries, like just like that, you're very confident, and you come across as very confident and really knowing what you're talking about. And if it really is a subject that you do know what you're talking about, you come across as the person to seek out for answers. And so it takes like a little minute or two to understand that maybe not always does Aries have the most high confidence or like trust or feeling the respect for themselves that other people feel for them, and not even the worthiness. Like the worthiness feels a little bit in question here. So the Queen of Michael sort of, it's not like she's questioning herself, but it's almost like, okay, so everybody else sees her, she's in these large shoes. She's having these large shoes on, and those shoes to her feels like they're a couple of sizes too large, too big for her or him. And everybody around her just sees the perfect match, the perfect fit. With those are beautiful shoes fitting you perfectly. And you, the Queen of Michael, is like, yeah, I think I need to walk a couple of more miles before I really fit in these shoes. Like there's a little bit more growing to do here, and that's backwards. There's nothing in that sense more for you to learn or for you to, it's just to start to appreciate yourself and to start to appreciate your growth and your path, if that makes any sense. And then we have all the butterflies in the world like behind you. So there's grand transformation happening here. And then we have Ace of Raphael. So it's the highest possible energy in any situation. It's really, really good energy coming into you right now. And Raphael is all about the healing, becoming whole, helping you to become whole, helping the Queen of Michael to become whole. And on the bottom it says it's a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So you're on the path to greatness, really. trying to figure stuff out about yourself and your surroundings, and the more you just come to realize about yourself that you're sort of already there, if that makes sense. You're already there, whatever there is. That's why I'm doing this. I'm not I'm not doing a Joey from Friends. I just have to say this. If you watch Friends, vänner in Swedish, you know that obviously, but the sitcom Friends, Joey doesn't know how to use this. So it's something around the lines of, it's not, but I'm going to say it like Ross then in Friends try to teach him about when to do this. And he's like, my name is Joey. And Ross is like, your name is Joey. You can't do this if it is what it is. Okay. Oh, it's so funny. Never mind. Very much a side note, which it probably wasn't. Maybe you're using something. Take that however that resonates for maybe one person. So, or maybe somebody you just watched Friends or something. Dolphins. I love the dolphins there in the back. They're talking about an otherworldly experience. It's a new influence coming in. There's a new, like I said, there's this hidden treasure or hidden path there for you that is starting to light up. And the more you come into your own, the more you come into these higher energies, the more it's going to light up for you. The more you're going to see what it, like I said about this card. Oh my God, I've never seen this before. I haven't seen the path that led up to the moon, or I haven't seen a moon in the card at all. All of a sudden it was just right there. And so that's what I feel like. If you just sort of continue on your path and continue to just really talk yourself up. Really talk yourself up. I have to just say, if there's one person out there that right now felt like, ooh, it would be so yummy with a cup of coffee and something yummy to it, or sitting here and listening to this, thinking about what you're going to eat, I think you want to go for something sweet, and know that your guides are with you right at this exact moment, because that was brought to my attention. The moon is coming out here. So we are talking about this situation that is like something is hidden underneath. Something that a minute ago you couldn't see becomes clear, becomes obvious. The path is going to be clear to you. The path is going to all of a sudden reveal itself. It might not be the end result. And I love this this metaphor about sitting in your car and you're out driving when it's pitch dark out. It is just completely dark, and if you shut your lights off of the car, you can't see anything. But the lights lighting up the road before you, if you just continue to drive, you trust that the light is lighting up the road before you, right? Not one single, well, you might slow down a little bit because it's so freaking dark, but still you keep going, and not in any moment do you just stop to say, well, I don't know what's behind that light, because behind that, when the light doesn't reach any further, it's so dark there, so therefore I'm going to stop. No, you just keep going and you trust that the light is going to light up the way, right? This is what I feel like. So you don't necessarily have their end result. You don't necessarily have their relationship, the money, the opportunity, the business, the whatever this is for you. It's not shown just yet. But and that's the whole point. The whole point is to not wait for age to be happy, or not wait for age to feel like you're content or satisfied, or then do whatever it is you want to do. The whole point, and we talk about this all the time, is the journey is not the goal. That is important here. That is of any importance, any fun. So have fun in the B, C, D, E, and so forth. It's going to be revealed to you. It's going to light up. There's a new beginning. We have endless possibilities. And if we add those up there, numerology-wise, we have a number 9. So it speaks about endings coming into the new. Underneath it says, the opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. So this is like, there's something about comfort zone. There's something about comfort zone as well, like to get out of your comfort zone. I usually do this or I usually do that. Well, has it yielded the results that you want? Has it brought you the happy life that you want? Like, life is too short to be in a situation that you do not enjoy. And I'm not saying sell the house, end the relationship, quit your job. I'm just saying then try to change it. And then if you can't, then maybe quit your job or then maybe end the relationship, you know? Make a change so that it feels worthwhile to be here. Something's going to come to the surface here for sure and show you the path. This is actually going to be some final advice, and then we're going to take this into the extended reading. Some final advice here for Aries. Cheer up, Aries. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I know you know that it's you that it's going to make it happen. But the only thing you do then is just to keep going. How can I bring this about? And it's not even for you to figure out, although the brain will immediately start to think about how we can solve this. Let the universe fix it for you. Some final advice here for Aries, please. Sacrifice. Okay. Immediately when I'm just looking at the image of this, I just feel like, okay, I just talked about the comfort zone, and this is what it feels like. It feels like you're around certain situations, certain people, certain work related stuff, maybe even diet, like whatever you're putting in your body, and your whatever you think about what you're putting in your body. That's such a distinct, it's so important to know the difference between I'm going to put this in my body and therefore it's going to have this reaction, or what I'm thinking about what I'm putting in my body, it's going to have this reaction, right? But that's a whole other topic. This is about, okay, you need to sacrifice something here. And I'm the first person to say you will never have to sacrifice. You will never have to compromise in your life to get anything. There's always this path that is the easiest, simplest, funnest way to go towards something. You might have chosen World War III to get there, but you don't have to. You don't have to sacrifice. We always hear this, like, you have to compromise this or sacrifice this in order to get that. Yeah, that's our belief system. We don't have to. So with that said, the thing I feel like you need to sacrifice, the gooey stuff down here, do you see how dark and like heavy that is? Like, I don't know, mud. It almost feels like mud. Like we need to pull you out of the mud. We need to pull you out of the heavier energies so that you can come into your rainbow stuff, to your beautiful magnolias there, to your beautiful heaven about what it is that you want. And I feel like that could be relationships around you, living situation, work situation, whatever that is. And like I said, whatever you're putting in your body as well. How light are you allowing yourself to be? Okay, this might be for one person. If you're starting to get on the roll, if you're starting to feel like, oh my God, I am really ascending, I'm coming higher and higher up vibrationally, I'm feeling better and better about myself. You might have started to sleep better. You're just interacting with people that you really enjoy, and you're just, you're just feeling better and better. And all of a sudden you have the urge to, maybe that was the cup of coffee and the yummy stuff. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying, if you feel like it's wrong to eat whatever you're eating, or if you feel like all of a sudden you want to turn to alcohol, or all of a sudden you want to call that friend that you know is a little bit denser in their energy, it doesn't have to be food and drinks and drugs. It can actually be people that is really draining, that if you start to feel like, oh my God, I am really going somewhere, I am making shifts here, I am seeing clear evidence, and you're a little bit scared of that change, you're a little bit like, I'm comfortable here in my comfort zone, I feel quite at home here with what I already have, and you feel the shift taking on, watch yourself a tiny bit if you start to just eat like you've never eaten before, or start to just go to the alcohol that you just know that this isn't quite what I'm usually doing, you know, or just all of a sudden you want to call that friend and good enough, well enough, like at the end of that conversation, you're feeling a little bit lower again. Or you just attract these situations that can sort of have you stay put down here. That you need to sacrifice, but I wouldn't even consider that to be a sacrifice. That's a letting go. That's a you reaching for higher energies. It's okay if that's what you're doing, but then tell yourself it's okay. Okay, I'm a little bit scared of the speed here. You might not even be aware that you're scared of the speed and scared of the change. What's that going to do to me? Can I not watch my television shows at a particular time if I'm supposed to say yes to that new opportunity? Is that going to mess with my routine of sleeping till 10 in the morning, or 12 for that matter? Like, okay, so do a little check in there with yourself. What are you as soon as you're coming higher and higher up, are you turning to something that is lowering you again? And you might think it's just them, or somebody showed up and they were so low in their vibration, or this situation started to happen, you needed to handle it, you know. But at the end of the day, you're so freaking heavy, you forgot what A, B, you're in the T now, like in the S and the T, if that makes sense. I'm going to continue this in the extension and see what else I can find there for you. So if you feel like this is your reading, you're so welcome to come there. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, Aries, and I hope to see you back soon. Take care, guys.